waiting for it to pop up because things just don't want to work anymore. Hope you're all doing good. First and foremost, I want to thank my new subscribers, and I want to thank my returning subscribers. And replay watchers, thank you so very much. Let's see, are we over here? We're not there yet, so notifications, nothing's gone out yet. But I just thought I'd pop on. I'm sitting here working on this new design, and took a me week. Hey Lori, sweetheart, how are you doing? Trying to wait for YouTube to do its thing over here. Finally! Oh my gosh. I can hear myself, so I'm good. I'll go over here. Subscribers and save. There we go. And then we're gonna go to live chat. That's awesome. You're working on shower gifts. Yeah, I took a me week this week. Just wanted to get some things out of my head that I had no space on my board, my dry erase boards anymore. And get all that going. And I was sitting here, I went and laid down after I got off with Craig and Fiber Spider, and then I don't know, I just a lot of pain, just a pain day, you know. But other than that, I know YouTube's not really sending out notifications for some weird reason. Maybe it's because I just went straight live and didn't even schedule it. It's just going to bed and saw you were up. Yeah, I was just sitting here, I was watching, gosh knows how many times I've watched that show. Law and Order SVU. I'm like doing a rewatch of all the seasons again. Panda is slowly, day by day, his back is getting better, and it's just something we have to deal with, and that's why I'm trying to, you know, I'm paying a lot of attention to my channel, and we're getting a lot of patterns written up because it's going to get to the point where he's not going to be able to work, and we're going to need that extra income coming in. So, you know, I mean, I love doing what I'm doing anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, but if we can just make up what he's going to be losing, that'll be a good thing. Try to help as much as I can, since I stay home all day because I can't work, but, you know, so. Oh, and my shirt says, there you go. And right now my yarn room is a little bit of, yeah, I know, yeah, that I do see that and Fox News is on every channel, almost every TV at the VAs. But I'm just trying to get a bunch done this month because July, I'm going to be reorganizing this yarn room, resituating where I film, and that'll give me a space to where I can actually have a nice, comfortable little space to do my lives from. I don't blame you one bit on that one. I don't. But I'm gonna have a nice little this little chair with a table, you know, over here in a corner, and nice little area just to do my lives from. And so I'm not sitting at my desk all the time when I do my lives. And I'll have my different area for where I film, because like our AC is freaking phenomenal, and so is our heater. But the blower on it is, it's a powerful blower, and you hear it coming through the vent. Well, the vent is literally right across from me above the door, and you, when I'm filming, when it kicks on, you can hear it. So I am going to be taking everything out of this closet, take the doors off. Part of my desk is going to go in there, and I'm going to kind of soundproof it so I can cut out that excess noise. Plus, it'll give me a better place to put my filming lights. And the yarn that's in that closet is going to go into totes, and it's going to be helping me a lot more, I guess you could say. But what I'm working on right now is calling it Illusions. It's a pattern I came up with. It's just 3 basic Tunisian stitches: the knit stitch, the reverse stitch, and the simple stitch. Oh my god, I forgot the simple stitch. And it creates, this yarn is not going to do it justice. Hey Jan, sweetheart. This yarn is not doing it justice, but I have a mess ton of this yarn, so I was like, well, I'm gonna make this twice anyway. You know, we make, a lot of us tutorialists, we do make things twice. Some people undo what they did the first time, and or just do a small swatch to make sure it works. I don't like small swatches. I don't mind when I'm filming doing a small swatch because that just makes the tutorial not 12 hours long. But when I'm wanting to work something up, like a blanket, I don't do a swatch. Or like what I did with Ruby's Dream, I didn't do a swatch either, because I needed to make sure everything and every aspect of it worked together. So I do think a lot of things twice. And this, like I said, this won't be the filming one. Hey React, this is just my, hey, does these stitches work together? Does this pattern look good? What, you know? And oh, you can actually see it really. Oh, and that's just with 3 stitches, just changing the texture. And you're creating a design by just changing the stitch. And I actually really like that. Looking at it, ooh, that is nice. Let me put a little light on it, not too bright though. Oh yeah, you can see that. Yep. So let me turn my light back to bright and off. So yeah, you can, that's what I'm working on. And then I have a few more, if this worked up, I have a few more designs that I want to do this kind of same way. In blankets. Now, I don't know what yarn I'm going to use when I do the tutorial. I haven't thought that far. This blanket tutorial probably won't even come out until August, because today I ordered some yarns because there's a bag I want to do. Well, hey Antoinette, and thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I've got the market bag. I've got my beach bum, which I got the yarns for. Let me show you. Where are they? Set that right there. I'm just gonna stop right over here because I got the cotton yarns that I want to use for my beach bag. There we go. Now these colors, when I saw them, I knew that's what I wanted them for. Boom and boom. Good morning, Kelly Ray. So these will be for my beach bum bag. that will be coming out. I am shooting for the end of this month, but it may come out at the beginning of next month. I'm not 100% positive because I suit today, now, Saturday. Sorry, let's put them back in the box. In is my last day of my me week because what I'm going to end up doing is every one week a month I'm taking just a me week, and so that way I can just get some stuff off my head, designs that I have that I want to see if they work, or even start something that I know is going to take me a while, but just start it and have a me week, you know? That actually, cotton's actually pretty decent. I have every color of the menagerie. I just haven't really gotten to play with them yet. I've only played with Rosy Moth and Chameleon because and I still got to do my Bolero. I've got a lot I'm trying to get done. That cotton's not bad. It's not, it's definitely not peaches and concrete for sure. Definitely not peaches and concrete. So it's not bad. I ordered, oh, yeah, because that's not going to take, I got 2 of each of one of those, and the beach bum bag's not going to take even one. But I'm going to use those colors for some flowers in a different bag that I have in my head. And, okay, let me go to my email. And, oh, my head is just, oh my. Whoa. You can see, yeah, that fox one really does. I like the fox one. I like chameleon. I do like the chameleon colorway. But wow, that's yeah. Because I have in here chameleons over there. Was it 1, 2, 3? I have 5 different colorways in here right now. The others are in totes out there. And because I don't have ideas for those, these I do. Aw, Antoinette. Well, thank you, sweetheart. You're so, gosh. You're such a sweetheart. I've got what you sent me. It's over here. I have an idea that I want to use that yarn for. But it's more of a winter item, which I will be doing. I'm going to start winter stuff again. Probably around August, because as soon as I get this room changed around and do what I want to do in here, that's not going to take me maybe 2-3 days, depending on my legs, 2 or 3 days, and then I can bust out some stuff that I want to bust out, because there's like quite a few small quick ideas. And then I've been talking with Dee's Creative Hands. She's going to dye me some cotton yarn and colors that I need for some Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff. And I should be able to start filming that stuff in August. And let's just say one of the I don't know if it's 1 or 2 of the things it's on my door. For Halloween, I know one thing's gonna have glow in the dark yarn in it. That I do know. I'm not 100% positive about the second item. First item is a trick or treat bag, but I'm not gonna give too much away about that. The second item is a beanie, but I'm not sure if I want to put glow in the dark yarn in that or not. Just not 100% positive if that's what I want. if that makes sense. And then I ordered today from Premier. I also ordered some more cotton yarn because I ordered a green. Yeah. And I ordered a cream in the same stuff because there's another bag that I have in mine that has flowers on it. And then I also ordered a mess ton of a certain colorway of cotton. It is cotton. It's a 3-way cotton. Let me look at my order. Yeah, it's a 3-way cotton. It's their afternoon cotton. And it is a... Darn it, I don't have this email on my phone, this email address on my phone. But it is, I ordered quite a few of them. It is a mercerized, but it is in the Cabernet color because we have the next bag a day conversion going to be coming up here. I'm going to start that at the end of this month, and that's going to be, it is a top of hers, and it's the top that she reposted on her post tab today. Because as soon as I saw it, because it's weird, because I was looking through my stitch library and I was like, oh, trying to figure out what stitch I want to do for Monday. And I remember seeing this certain stitch in my stitch library, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this stitch. As soon as I saw the top, it just clicked because the stitch is very, very, very similar to the exact same stitch she used, just Tunisian, of course. And I kind of went with kind of the same colorway like I did with the first shirt, but of course it's going to be Tunisian. I've already talked to her about that, and even though she's given me permission before, I still ask. Just because it's, it's just me, polite. I know it's a little late. Like I said, I was just sitting here. I'm going to be up until tomorrow night, and just because of like right now, my nerve pain makes my leg feel like it's on fire, but yet heat is helping it, go figure. So I was like, well, I'm gonna be sitting here watching Law and Order. I've watched every episode of Law and Order, God knows how many times. Hi, Vicky. So I'm like, well, let me just go live. I know I was on Craig's earlier today, and I could only spend about an hour because, like, this pain is pretty intense this time around. It's a pretty nasty flare up. Oh, I need to make sure my pain phone's not turned on, but charged. Oh, it's not. Do I have enough juice to up my pain level real quick? Sorry, I gotta just close. I know you're under 10%. That's my fault. I normally try to keep this thing charged. Okay. I'm gonna up the strength just a little bit. That's surprising it connected that quick. Normally it doesn't connect to the Bluetooth, to the receiver inside of me that quick. But it did. Right there. Now let's get this thing charging. I forgot to charge it. Come on. Lay on the charger right. Oh, come on, dude. There we go. Now we're charging. Oh, it's my phone. It's just a regular phone. Really, I can't say regular. It's an iPhone SE. One of those really top, but it's the only iPhone up to what the app that can support the app. I mean, I have an iPhone something. I don't know. We got it a year ago, so that's the iPhone that came out a year ago, and I don't use this one but for the pain app to control the buzzer inside of me. And normally I keep it about every 3 days. I'll put it on I call it the hockey puck. It's one of those magnetic chargers. With this, they don't make a magnetic charging thing for these smaller, older iPhones anymore. So I just have to lay it on there. Normally I put it on there about every 3 days, keep it fully charged, just because you just never know. I've been so engrossed into doing this that I forgot. Oh, I need to go to the next row of my pattern so I know what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, and then there's so much I want to get done this summer because there's just so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm working this one up too because looking at the pattern I wrote up, I cannot figure out, because like normally when I make a pattern vertically, is that vertical? Yeah, vertically I can do a stitch repeat. That way it's easy to film, and not only that, that the stitch repeat is mirrored, so that way if a left-handed person goes to pick up or buys the pattern, that it looks exactly the same. And I do that on purpose. Well, this, it does look the same on both ends, but I figured out the block, what I call the block stitch repeat. Even looking at it, I cannot see the block stitch repeat. For some reason, this one I can't. It's messing with my eyes. I can figure out the row stitch repeat, but I haven't figured out the block stitch repeat yet. And once I get that down, then this whole pattern's downhill after that, because that's just going back and forth. So I wrote it up, and that's what I'm going off right now. And I'm looking on this screen and I'm reading it, and it's, as soon as I can get like the first few batches or block or whatever you want to call it, then I don't have to look at the pattern no more. But I still haven't figured out the vertical, and that is driving me nuts. And when Panda will even tell you that I always try to keep, where I can do that, and everything will just mirror. So that way, like I said, it's easy for left-handed people, because I know they already have enough hard time as it is, because there's not a lot of left-handed videos out there. That's why I flipped mine. I know it's not the same thing as for a left-handed video person, but hopefully it's enough to give them an idea. So that's why I do those, just to give them an idea. Yes, please, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know why chat's not coming up over here. Please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. You'll find some great Tunisian crochet content. And if you're here, let me figure it out real quick. I don't think I changed it. I still don't remember what the heck it is, so I gotta look it up. And if you're here in the chat and you want to drop your link, you will type the word shell, SHELL. And I'll leave the chats up after the live, so that way, people can find each other, because that's the only way this community is going to grow, is by helping each other. Hi, Nisi. How are you doing, sweetheart? What do I do? 8 reverse stitches, but I'm just trying to just promote everybody and keep everybody happy, because if we're all happy and we're all getting along, the drama, people will just go away. Hopefully. Is that right? So I gotta look at the pattern. Yeah, that's right. Okay. You're up and crocheting? Awesome. And Lori's awesome too. If you haven't grabbed Lori's awesome. Hey FB, how are you doing? I found Lori what, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and her and Camille, oh my gosh, those two, they're a hoot. Little special little project, awesome. Hey, I get it, Antoinette. You are a busy, busy bee, with everything you're doing. And I know you're constantly busy. And yes, you and Camille get up to some really some shenanigans. But oh my god, I can't really crochet and talk. I don't know why. Last few times I've been trying to crochet and talk and I just can't do it. I don't know why. Normally I can. Maybe it's because I'm also trying to count. I lost count already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not decreasing. Did I pull too many up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or am I in the wrong row? Oh, I know what I'm doing. Never mind. I'm an idiot. 1, 2. I'm gonna put this down in just a second. 3, 4, and 5. There we go. uh, but no, like I had fun tonight on Craig's live. Hanging out with Spring and Gary uh, and Craig, of course, and what Russ. Let's say what's his name. Sorry, I'm normally my chat's over here, but I have my pattern here. My chat's back here. I have to need to idle back. Need some me time working on pool this weekend. Yes, you always got it. That's why this week, like I said, this week I took a me week. I wanted to get some things out of my head. I wanted to. Oh, where did I put it? I worked out like 12 rows of a shawl that I had in my head. Is it right here? No, that's definitely not it. I don't know where I put it. I put it somewhere, so I didn't lose it. Now I lost it. Go figure. Oh, it's over here with the remnants of what I was working. So, yeah, I was working on a shawl, and I wanted to get the pattern out of my head, and it worked. So I wrote up what worked, and then that way I can just get it out of my head, and it's written up somewhat. Those rows are. I don't know if he has yet. Let me go over here. I'll go check to see if he's made it. No, he just cannot get past that 3.95K hump. Yeah, he hasn't passed it yet. And then I started working on this so that way I could see if these stitches do what I wanted them to do, and they do with this placement. So that gave me 3 other designs, a total of 4 designs with this kind of stuff. And those will be coming out throughout this year and maybe into next year, because since it works, then I know I can do it. And this week I'm going to be finishing filming, because the first panel of the beach wrap is, or the what is it called? Yeah, I'll get you his channel. Um, what am I calling it? Swimsuit beach cover up is done. I got to film the second panel. This is Russ from It's Raining Yarn. Control V. There you go. um, it's so weird seeing my name with the check mark. Um, I gotta finish the second panel, which that has to be filmed, and the second panel will be done in these two colors. Come here, boom, and then I'm gonna be making a belt to go with it. So I'm gonna do the belt as soon as this gets done filming. Film the belt, release the belt first, and then a week or so later, I'll release the what the that's what I called it, Seaside Beach Cover Up. Hey Sam, how are you, sweetheart? And then by then the beach bum bag will be done, and my room should be moved around. Because while I'm moving my room around, I'm gonna refilm. Before I do that, I'm gonna refilm some of my older stitches so I can have those come out and get those redone, so I can start making that basic 5-stitch course thing. Good morning, Scrimshaw. And then I'm trying to remember. Oh, I've got quite a few blankets and quite a few everything. Quite a few everything I got going on. I don't get notifications. I haven't gotten notifications for anybody going live for the past few days, and I don't know what's going on with YouTube Studio, but that is driving me nuts. What on the YouTube Studio, because it's on the whole comment section in the bottom. It keeps pulling up all these comments that I've responded to months ago and saying I haven't responded to them. It's like, fix it. I respond to everybody's comment, even if it's just a like and a heart. I respond, hey Manuela, and but the YouTube Studio says we haven't. So oh, is sewing together panels to make Tunisian blanket the thing? Yes, it is actually React Black, because I've seen like Creative Grandma she did a really good blanket for Baggy Days Animal Auction last year, where it was panels. Oh, without hold on, sewing together panels to make for those with long corded hooks or without. Yeah, yes, because like I was going to say, Creative Grandma, I believe it was Creative Grandma, did a really gorgeous Tunisian. It was done in simple stitch, but the panels were no longer than maybe 7 or 8 inches, and then she embroidered on top of it flowers, and that was really gorgeous. And I want to say it was about maybe like 10. Yeah, you can fit that on an Afghan hook, and then you can sew them together, or you can, once you get the 10 done at the height you want, then you can come back and then do join as you go, like you would with interlock or 10-stitch blankets, and you can just keep building up that way. That's what I did my a blanket on one of these with before, which I need to do a tutorial with it. Yeah, it's very easy, Manuela, to do a corner to corner. It's almost interlocky. So if you can learn interlock, then you can apply that concept to, oh my gosh, I just went blank, to a corner to corner, and it's very easy to do. Yeah, yeah, right, black, yeah. A lot of people forget about that join as you go, because if that's all you can find is the Afghan hooks, or even just a regular crochet hook, you can do wonders that way. All right, good night, Lori. It will eventually. I mean, it's just a flare up. The flare ups, it's weather related. What can I do? Our weather's been all over the place. Like the beginning of the week, we were in the 60s in the Texas Panhandle, and that never happens. And especially in June. And then, you know, like today we went up to 94. Tomorrow, and we're supposed to be hot. And Pando just went to bed a little bit ago, and before he went to bed, I turned off the AC so I could, because our AC coils indoor unit is right here in the hallway. So I just took the thing off, sprayed this coil cleaner because I like to do that like maybe twice a year because this the Texas Panhandle is a dirty place. It is windy, it's dry, and all that dirt just comes into your house regardless of how you open the door, dirt's coming in. And I like to clean the coils at least twice a year. So it was like 1 a.m. here, and it was the house was at 71, which is the temperature we keep it. And so I turned it off and did like 30 minutes to clean the coils because tomorrow is supposed to be, oh, come the heck on, go and go. On today's supposed to be 93, tomorrow, Sunday, 95, 96, 99, 102. And then we go from 102 to 80. Talk about that stuff hurts. That, and especially my metal knees, it really, really hurts. Um, No, my part of Texas don't get hurricanes. We may get the remnants every now and then in the Texas Panhandle, but we normally don't get anything like that. But you know, it is at the Texas Panhandle. It is that time of year, so it's technically we are classified as a desert because we receive under I think 20 inches of moisture a year. But when we do get moisture, it does just come. We do get blizzards here where I live during the winter. We've been known to get blizzards about every 4 or 5 years. We'll get a good blizzard, and I mean good by 2, 3 feet. And a gravel road, never open our windows. Yes, Nisi, we don't open our windows. Period. it's too many bugs. Even with the screens, like we have great windows. You know, the 3 pane, heat resistant, whatever, and they cost us a fortune. But we never open our windows. We never do. And the cool thing about our windows too is when the sun is shining on them, they automatically kind of tint, which I love that because I can open up the window. If I open up the curtain and it's daylight and I'm standing in front of the window, you cannot. If you're out on the street, you cannot see me looking out the window. That's what I really like about these windows. But we never. All of our windows have like the really overlapping wooden blinds on them, and then a blackout curtain because we don't like it. We don't like. We're because of where we live, because it gets so hot, the keeping everything dark inside keeps the house cool, if that makes sense. And we don't really have a lot of trees to help deal with that, to help with shade, because a lot of trees here in the Texas Panhandle all really lean one way. They lean like a lot of our wind comes out of the south, so the wind from the south pushes the trees, and all of our trees they lean towards the north because of the wind. And our area, Amarillo, that's where I live, is the windiest city in the country. Hey, Nikki. I hope your night or morning is going well too, sweetheart. We don't have solar panels. We have thought about it because the way our house sits, I can't talk. Our house sits. Our front of our house is right here, and that is the east. The back of our house is on the west. So, and we have, I don't know what the roof is called. It's not a pyramid roof. I think it's gabled. I'm not sure. But it's got 4 sides, but it comes to a peak. And that would be perfect to put solar panels on all three sides, because whenever it's winter, you know, the sun is more south, but they would all still get solar. The thing that we kind of went away, we were going to get them at one point, but then Texas passed a law to where, because you used to be able to get prime money when or whatever whenever you sold the excess electricity back to the electric company. Well, Texas passed a bill to where no, you're not getting that no more from the electric companies. You're getting base cheap rate. Nisi, yeah, right. You haven't been to bed, but yeah, I can talk. You haven't been to bed yet. Me neither. I slept in this morning. I had the intentions because we got the nationwide No King Day protest, and I wanted to avoid anything that could happen. So I went to this. I was like, I'm gonna get up a little earlier than I normally would. Well, I wanted. Who am I kidding? I slept a lot, but I wanted to get up early to go to the store so I didn't have to go today and deal with all of that mess, because literally a half a mile from us is the major interstate that goes from North Carolina to Barstow, California. And I, if they're going to block traffic and stuff, that would be a prime spot to do it. And I didn't. I just wanted to avoid everything. And we also found out, there's 600 federal agents here in town right now, because we have major beef packing plants here, and they're doing their thing that a lot of us don't agree with, and I just wanted to avoid all that. I'm too old for that crap. I don't have time to go to jail. I don't have the time. And not only that, it's supposed to be hot. I'm fat. I'm pale. No. But I totally get why they're doing what they're doing with the protests. I get it. But of course, I don't talk politics and I don't talk religion or any of that. So, yeah. Um, I just wanted to avoid any all that yesterday, and or for tomorrow or today, whatever you want to call it. So that's why I went to the store today. I wanted to get up early. Didn't get up early. I literally crawled out of bed at, I want to say it was like 2:30 my time p.m. And I was like, well, I did. I woke up, did my little wake up routine, and so I could fully wake up. And then I got dressed and made sure Panda was comfortable, and went to the store. Came back and I was like, well, we're doing an easy dinner. It's too hot to cook. I'm telling. We think y'all think we're joking when I tell y'all that that he prefers chicken nuggets or chicken strips, kid type food. No, that's what we had for dinner. He has a palate of a kid and tastes palate of a child, and it was chicken strips. I made mashed potatoes and gravy, and I made macaroni and cheese, and that was dinner. Sometimes I get a little bit, I do other stuff that he will eat, but he prefers chicken nuggets or chicken strips and pizza. Michael can't live off that. I need my homemade spaghetti every now and then, my homemade lasagna. You know, yeah, they hurt standing to make it all, but I like it. Oh my God, Nisi, me too. Oh my gosh. Like, I wasn't, I never really, like, I didn't mind people. until, you know, the vid month, year. Then after that, it's just like, get away from me, stay away from me. Yeah, you know, that's why I'm really upset that Walmart hasn't gone back to 24 hours, because I would love to go shopping at 3 o'clock in the morning when nobody's there. Right now, I have to deal with they open at 6 a.m. Be the first one there to get in and get out. But those morning workers, some of them have attitudes at this my Walmart. Well, I hope you don't, Crunch. But I just miss, because I don't deal with trolls, dude. Um, yeah. Bye. Gotta love trolls, right? Yeah, I'm just not a people person. It's not that I'm not a people person. I'm a germ. I guess I don't know. Like all my years in the medical field, I became a germaphobe to a point, and then vid happened, and no worries, Sam. And you know, the vid happened. The vid year happened, and it just gave me an excuse to really just avoid. And I know, you know, I could get groceries and stuff delivered, but I like to be able to pick my, if I'm ordering, you know, like for groceries to be ordered, vegetables or whatever, I want to pick them. I'm not going to have somebody else pick them. And if they don't have an item, that they just substitute it without even asking you about, do you like this substitute? Yeah, right, Sam. Yeah, if I need Walmart stuff to do, I do curbside anymore. I won't even go in. Yeah, I go. Yeah, I go in. Like I said, but I make it as soon as they open around 6 a.m. And cause the Walmart we have is literally not even half a mile from our home, and we have that's the big Walmart. And then we have the what I call the little WalMarts, which is just the grocery store, and it's about a mile that other way. And it's like, do we really need that many WalMarts in town? But we do. You know, supposedly a town of 200 and something thousand people needs 7 WalMarts. Yeah, right, Nisi. That it's yeah. That's me. I'd rather, especially if it's fresh vegetables or meats. I'd rather pick myself, because when I've seen these personal the Walmart shoppers, just they just go, okay, they need a pound of hamburger meat, okay, boom, without even looking at it. And that, or they're going to get fresh vegetables or whatever, they just pick up the package. You know, some of those packages I've already started getting slimy because they've been sitting there so long, and it's just like, no, I want to pick my own. I'm not. That's the way I'm normal. That's why it drives me nuts that Joann's went out of business, because I loved going in there to pick my yarn. I know, but Big Twist, I know all about Big Twist, but if I needed any other color yarn that wasn't Big Twist, I want to be able to fill it first before I'm going to buy it. At least with Big Twist, I knew what I was getting almost guaranteed with every skein of every color. And I think the other thing about them going out of business was the sponsorship deal went out the window when they declared bankruptcy. But you know, things happen for a reason. I'm not heartbroken. I mean, it was going to be a very lucrative thing, and you know, me and Panda we talked about it. We were going to give back to the community a lot with that deal, but things happen for a reason. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that too, Nisi, that the time limits, that they got so long just to pick that order, and then they got to get moving. Yeah, I've gotten to where we're starting to trust Hirschner's right now, like, because I haven't. My big thing is locked colors. There's some yarns, you know, the yarn lock colors are on point. Even though it could be a different lot number, but the color is still on point. Example is this yarn that I'm using now. This skein before it, the first skein I used was a certain lot number. The second skein was another lot number. This skein is a totally different lot number, but they all match. And Hirschner's, I haven't had an issue with lots yet. And I haven't been ordering from Hirschner's all that long, but I haven't had an issue with lots. I did order some yarn for Panda. He's doing another blanket now. He finished his blanket that he was doing in I think it's cayenne or cyan, and a pattern of his own, and it came out really beautiful. So now he's working it up in a different color. Hirschner's Antiquity in Marigold colorway. It's actually coming out really pretty. And I ordered him quite a few of those, and I over-ordered because I forgot that Hirschner's skeins are 480, I think, yards versus the 380. So I over-ordered. So I'm gonna have extra yarn. Nisi, that was me, because the first person who I watched that gave a yarn review that I've stuck with since, well, of course, is Crystal Bag a Day, and I developed a friendship back about a little over a year and a half ago with Nessa, Infinitely Zero Nessa. She does honest and brutal reviews, and there was time. We talk all the time, and there's been times I've been like, I'm looking for this colorway, but I don't know where to find it. Big Twist and carry it. Within 5 minutes, I have links to that colorway that I'm looking for at 4 different places, maybe sometimes even 5. And she's like, "But this place has this shipping," and she knows her stuff. She is very knowledgeable, and she's such a sweetheart. She's just, when it comes to yarn, she knows her stuff. Yeah, react that's what I was told by. I want to say it was Russ about the indigo colorway. I don't know if it's because of how hard it is to make indigo. I don't know anything about. I'm not a yarn person. I don't know yarns. I prefer a cheap acrylic. I'm a budget queen. Give me a value acrylic, and I'm good. I don't have any of the boot. I don't know anything about yarn. Just let me work it up. That's what I could tell. That's all I know about yarn. I couldn't. I just don't know, and it's not that I don't want to know. It's just I prefer just working with it and working it up. Just tell me if it's acrylic. Tell me if it's cotton. Don't give me wool because I'm allergic. Now, some wools I've been able to work with, and it's low content wool, like a supernova. I've been able to work with because it's a low content wool and it doesn't bother me. There's the something tweed from Hirschner's. I think it has 30% wool in it. I've been able to work with it. It does make my hands itchy, but it doesn't break me out like all the other wool does. And Yeah, I'm more into color, and because like whenever like scripture, like when I come up with something in my head, when I'm crocheting it in my head, because that's how I do things. My head, I do things weird. In my head, I when I'm like, okay, well, I want to do a blanket, but I want this stitch, so I start kind of crocheting it already with the color that I want for that blanket, because the way I plan things. Now you don't have to ever use the colors, same colors I do. No, y'all know that. You don't. For us designers, you don't have to do anything in the colors we do. Most of us pick the color we do for our tutorials or for the photos for the pattern, because those colors accentuate the stitch. And that's what I do is I'll pick the color that I know is going to make the stitch pop. You know, that way it gives it more eye-catching. Well, thank you. Oh, see, oh man, Mama G yarn and Katie's been yarnified. Well, hey, Jacqueline. Welcome in from Ireland. Um, yeah, Mama G yarn is pretty, and Katie's been yarnified, makes some really good, pretty yarn too. It's a lot of the dyers and those who spin, they make yarn I can't use because of the wool content, and I can't. I could take a Benadryl, but I'm not gonna try to film a tutorial on Benadryl. You know what I mean? Because nothing probably won't get made. It'll probably be a 3-hour tutorial of me just sitting there. What's that, FB? Oh, you might find it entertaining. Michael may never know what he says too. Well, like I said it earlier at the beginning. Um, Dee's Creative Hands gonna dye me some cottons. That because we talked on the phone a little bit earlier today while I was at the store, and she's gonna be dyeing me stuff that I'm gonna be using for some of my Halloween stuff and my Christmas stuff. Because for Christmas stuff, I've got placemats and a table runner I want to do. There's reusable gift bags I want to do. So she's going to be doing that for me. And I do want to get with Mama G Gear when her and Rusty start getting ready to do cotton. Because there's some other kind of stuff that I have in my head for cottons. And I haven't started my Rena cakes yet because I haven't figured out. It hasn't told me what it wants to be. And they're beautiful colors. And, um, okay, FB, they're beautiful colors. Like, here's the ones I got from Rena. Mm. These are the two I got. They're the Michi's blushing cakes. I like the colors. Don't get me wrong. I really do like the colors. I grabbed these because I just gravitated to them. And, but they haven't told me what I know they want to be a shawl. Don't get me wrong. They want to be a shawl. I just don't know what stitches yet that I want to use that the white is going to actually help with that, because white is hard to pair with stitches to make the stitches pop that I'm looking for. But what I may end up doing is I've got two of each cake. I may end up using the blue and the red and figure that out, if that makes sense. I'm not 100% positive how I'm going to do it, and I'm sorry, Manuela. What I'm going to end up at the end of this month, I have to order some more yarn, but then I'm going on a yarn break for quite a while. The only way I was able to afford these Rena ones was I won a gift card from Michi, and that's the only way I was able to afford the Rena ones. I was given a Stanley cake, and Panda was given a Stanley cake, so we have, or whatever you want to call them, we have one each. They're in his room, and he's also in a mystery box won two Neuro yarn cakes, or maybe three. And but at the end of this month, I got to buy some more 2/8s because I've got a reading shawl that I'm going to be making. The Bunny Meadows blanket pattern I'm going to turn into a reading shawl as well. There's a few other things I want to do in the 2/8s. Then I'm off buying yarn and use what I got. Gray yarns. I have plenty. I'm going to need to get gray. Damn it. I need to get gray, an off white, and a blue. But that's just one blue, maybe two blue from Hirschner's. I'll get I don't know, a denim blue. I need to get several off white, a denim, one or two denim blue. I need to get one yellow, one cream, I think. I've got black, and I need one like pink, and that's about it. But for that, and that's all for a blanket. And then I need to get grays because I've got some mosaics that I want to do with the vortex. Oh, hey, she's seen all the like I want to get a stained glass, a couple of Rena stained glass, because I want to do just for my mother-in-law. I want to do Ruby's Dream in the stained glass. I think that would look really, really pretty with that her stained glass. But I'm not 100% positive with the variegation of how it's actually going to look. So I don't want to buy it and it not look good. And so it's just one of those, it's like, do I do it? Do I not do it? But, I still have a lot of blankets coming in. Of course, you see the conversion right there. As soon as the cottons get here, I'm going to be starting it. That's stuff that I'm going to be working on, that I'm working on immediately. This is all shawls for now. My immediate shawls. I have more shawls on the door. And this is holiday stuff. And that's all blankets that I want to do ASAP. That's not the 20-something blankets I have on the door that I want to do. Yeah, I really could color control it. Your immediate list needs culling. Yeah, mine too, but I gotta get all this content. I need to build that library. That's my thing. I need to build that library. Yes, I'm getting the views, I'm getting everything but it's just, I want to build the library. I've got so many ideas I want to teach and show, and a lot of these ideas just require me to do blankets because I have okay. Michael doesn't really like doing blankets, but I do them because the pattern looks good in a blanket. Oh, okay. Thank you, Scrimshaw. That'd be awesome. Yeah, and I thought about color controlling. That's probably what I'm going to have to end up doing with this. The two Michi blushing cakes is color control it, because I don't know. It depends on the stitches that I decide to pick for the shawl, because I think that bright white is going to overshadow the stitches. Because what I do, like I said, you know, I try to make the stitch the show star of the show, not the yarn. The yarn just helps. And that's what I try to do when I make stuff. Is I just like the yarn is a helper, or the supporting actor, while the stitch is the lead. That's how I try to do it. If you're doing the shawl, or Ruby's Dream, I used a 6 millimeter. Yeah. Let me look at the pattern. I think I did. Where did portfolio? I keep all my creations. I keep the pictures of them just so I have a portfolio of what I did. I don't want the diagram. I want the written pattern. What did 6 millimeter? Yeah, I did it with a 6 millimeter. Yeah. Most of the patterns are saved on in Etsy, but we keep most of them on a flash drive. But I have a portable hard drive that I use just for my crochet stuff that sits over here and has like 8 terabytes on it. And all it's on there is my patterns and my ideas. Oh, I've got a few more simple shawls. Like there's a. Let me get the yarn because. Ooh. Talk about Tunisian and I get lost. So I've got a shawl. It's going to be more of a rectangular shawl because of the stitch. I may be able to pull it off as a triangular shawl. Not 100% positive, because this stitch that I'm going to be doing has not been done in Tunisian before. So that'll be the second ding stitch that I've converted. Third. Yeah. And I'm not 100% positive if I'm going to be able to do it into with the increase or decreases, or how it's going to look. Cause it needs to be. It's a ripple stitch. Tunisian has ripple stitches, but really it's just a chevron. It's a loose chevron. I'm going to be doing a legit ripple stitch in Tunisian, and lacy legit. That's going to be hard for me to. Well, I can't do it in the. Where did I put that shawl again? I won't be able to do it in a shawl, where you start out like with the V, what I call the V's. I'm not going to be able to do it like that because of to get the ripple effect. It's going to have to be a bottom up shawl. And I'm just not a positive how the increases are going to look with that stitch. And if they look like poop, I'm not going to be able to do it that way, because I don't want to put out poop. So it may be a rectangular shawl, and that's the saggy granny. And that one, I plan on starting soon too. That won't even take me but a week. I've got a few things coming up. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing this month is going to be my quick stuff. So that way I can have about a week to do everything I need to do in here and move stuff around. Hey, Darth Mom. And I also have quite a few of that Big Twist t-shirt yarn that they did before they closed. And there's some stuff I want to do with that. There's just a lot. But it's quick, easy stuff. Michael's just got to get past where he's at right now. so I can do that quick, easy stuff. And that stuff should hopefully this coming week I'm finishing up Seaside, or yeah, Seaside, and then I'm gonna be doing the belt for it. That belt won't take long, and then so probably around the 23rd, 24th, I should be able to start Saggy Granny, get it going, and get it done that week, because the following week is when I'm going to be moving everything around. I've set my date for that. I want to move everything around. I want to get a new chair so I can do my lives in it and not be at my desk and have a nice comfortable spot. Put my legs up, chit chat, you know, Mr. Roger E. And just enjoy, and I don't have to sit in this chair all day long and all that. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint. I don't know if I want to spend the time painting. I mean, the yarns, like, there's a koi orange. I do love that color. But I'm not sure if I want to spend the time this summer painting it, because I still also, during that week, I'm doing things. I got to add the ceiling fan in here because it's starting to now. Last year it didn't bother me. This year it's starting to bother me in the mornings because that sun just hits right here, and our facade of our house is brick, so it's like that brick just bakes. But plus I have all these electronics in here now, and more. I have three monitors now, and that's all heat sources too. And I'm just trying. I could put the ceiling fan in, so that would help. And the yarn doesn't help with it's like insulation. Like during the winter, the room stays warm because of the yarn, and during the summer, oh wait, it stays warm because of the yarn. Ooh, yeah. And then I'm gonna buy yarn, some totes, so I can put some of this yarn in the closet into the totes, because the totes that are normally sitting behind me, those are actually upcoming projects. And like, I would love to paint the room, FB. I would love to. I just don't think I have the time. And with his back the way it is, neither one of us really are going to be able to do it. So, but this corner where I'm normally at filming will be a nice. I'm thinking a rocker glider. I'm not sure yet. And a shelf for the stuff that people have sent me, and I have a cork board where I'm going to put up there, so that way I can put all the gift cards people have sent me, and the plaque, that thing, or the play button. And then in the closet, most of my desk will actually go in there. Even though it's big, half of my desk will go in there for the filming side, and it'll help block out a lot of the noise, because there's time. I mean, I'm glad I'm good at editing, because I cut out like the loud trucks, the loud noises from outside, and most of the time I can catch the air vent. In there, I won't have that issue. So I'll have a nice little filming area and somewhere actually to, because my filming lights, let me turn around. Got to move this. We got to scoot up a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, flipping. See, there's my filming lights. They bend. And yes, I use paper as the background. It's paper. And there's my camera. But that's where I film. And when I move into where I want to move to, these lights can actually stay up permanently, and they don't have to float back and forth. If I want to sit here and just work on a project, I got to push the lights back. I got to move everything. It becomes a hassle. So this way, when I set up my new setup in there, I'll be able to keep everything up at all times. I don't have to worry about. And I have a TV here, which I'm going to end up moving it to probably this wall, so I can sit in the chair too and watch Law and Order or whatever I'm going to watch. Or I don't know. you know. Yeah, and then sitting here hours upon hours already, and then sitting here filming, it kind of gets legs. So I'm just trying to make things easier on me, so that way I can still constantly crank out content. But then when on my off time, I have somewhere comfortable, I can stretch up. I can go to the living room, but I can't move all my, like, there's times, like, some of this stuff, projects I have, it's going to be coming up, it's going to have multiple colors going with it. I can't just move all that every time I want to go into the living room. So it's, yeah, I guess you could say that. I want to be able to leave it in here and not cart it back and forth to the living room. And our living room's not far from here, but it's still dragging, yeah. And I just don't want to risk anything. Sometimes you drop a skein of yarn and you don't see it and it just starts pulling out what you did. So I don't want to risk any of that. So I'll still just crochet in here only. And it'll help me crank out content, keep my legs from killing me, or I have to edit that out, hurting me so much. And plus, because I'm going to be moving sides where I film, because right now I'm in the middle where I film. I'm going to be moving to the bigger side of my desk, so I'll be able to zoom out more and do bigger projects a lot easier on this side. Because I have a big wooden U desk. I don't know if it's called a U, but it goes like this and then like that. So it's a big U, and I'm in the middle, and the middle part is where your monitors normally should go. It's not as wide as this side. This side's short, but this side's long, and it's wide. So I can be able to do wider shots. I can do wider, it's going to help me a lot moving in there. I can't, why am I saying moving in it? That closet's not deep, but it's deep enough that this side plus 6 inches will go in, and it'll give me room to do what I want to do in here. And it'll give me like a nice little shell of a filming studio as well. So that's the plan. That starts on the first week of July. So most of July is just stitches that'll be coming out every Monday will be refilmed, because I need to refilm them anyway, because I didn't know crap of what I was doing back then. Because I didn't know angles. I didn't know none of that. Angles and lining, I didn't know none of that. Hey, Shell. So I'm going to be doing a lot of the first stitches again, which it's going to be 4. I need to refilm the knit, full, reverse, and purl, because I've already refilmed the simple stitch, and it's because I want to do like a beginner's course, but I'll be dropping those all during July. So that gives me time to recover from whatever I let my legs recover from doing what I'm doing in here. Hey girl, well, hope you have a good day at work. I'm about to head out. Been on here for over an hour. And once I get it all set up, I'll give y'all a little quick tour, so that way you can see it. It's not, my room's not big. This was our spare room. Actually, the room that Panda's in is for his computer stuff. That one's actually smaller than this one. He was tempting to give me the master bedroom. I'd love to have the master bedroom, because our master bedroom is huge. But I don't want to take our big bed, and shove it in one of these small rooms. So, yeah, I'll stay in here. We got a garage full of yarn. Well, it's not really full. It's not like Russ full. It's close, but I knew what you meant, girl. Yeah, and I sleep during most of the time when the sun's coming up or up, and our bedroom's on the west side of the house, so when the sun's coming, that bedroom's still ice cold in the morning. So Shell, and so I want to keep our bedroom over there, and not where it's like Panda sleeps when it's dark. I sleep when it's light, when there's light out. So Yeah, we have different sleeping schedules, and a lot of that too is because of my pain. I toss and turn. He works. I don't. I don't want to keep him awake, so I kind of had to change my schedule. We see each other every day. You know, from the time he gets home from work, usually that's about when I'm waking up, and until he goes to bed. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna keep this space. This is gonna be the yarn room. I do, I just gotta organize it right. I've got stuff everywhere because stuff has just been coming in, and I've just been throwing it here because my legs have been killing me. Normally, where I was doing it inside the yarn studios, right now has yarn boxes there because I've been ordering stuff been coming in, and my legs, I just can't put it away. And so I've got to get this done. And so July 1st, that it shouldn't take me a couple of days, but I don't know how many days I'm going to need to recover because how many days my legs are going to need to recover. So I'm planning on just a whole month. I'm going to be filming those stitches plus item makes, and those will be coming out. Still, I'll have those pre-scheduled. They'll go to members first, and then everybody else, just so I have them all pre-scheduled. Members may just get all of them for that month up first because that's just the weird YouTube thing is you can't put something in private, schedule it from private to members, from members to everybody without having to do it manually. You can only go from private to members, and then you have to go back in there and take it from after it gets to the point you want, go from members to everybody. It's weird. I don't know why they won't allow us to do it that way, but it's more work. So I'm just gonna upload it, give them to the members, and then schedule them for members to go everybody else. That way, those who are paying for the membership usually get it a day or 2 days early. So, it's the only thing I can offer memberships is just early access right now until, you know, until the good deals start coming in. Come on, where's the sponsors at? Oh, awesome show. I'm gonna have to watch that. I don't think you can because YouTube counts that as. I don't know. I've never done that. I just know it's annoying when I was trying to go from like private to just upload a video just to hold it there and then schedule it. I wanted to schedule it to drop to members on a certain day. And then for members, I want to go from members to everybody else, a day or two early. And it wouldn't let me. So I just said, nope, I'm going to do it my way. But I want to say thank you all for being here. Like I said, without you all, that would not have ever been possible. The yarn community has been very supportive, and I love each one of you more than you'll ever know because you guys made that possible. And yeah, Michael ain't gonna get mushy, I promise. I promise myself today. So thank you. Want you all to have a great day, night, whatever it is where you're at. And remember, somebody always loves you. And you all have fun. And I'll see y'all. Not sure. Because I have some stuff coming up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do what I want to do because I was thinking about doing Inside the Yarn Studio Friday, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. So I will let y'all know. So you all have a great day. And I love you all very much. Bye. And remember, keep stitching.